One thing that we've always done at Crush is we've always taken care of all of our own construction of the booth and everything, because when it comes to representing the brand, we don't want to get to NAMM only to find out that what we presented to a builder isn't what the finished product.
We started the process of Terry kind of coming up with the general layout and structure of the entire booth. He brings those concepts to me, and from there we'll create graphics and finish the look of the entire booth.
You know, keeping it modular so that we can break it back down, ship it from Tampa to LA. And inevitably every year, like this year, we get there and both the snare towers were destroyed, so we had to build a couple of those on the spot. We had a friend of ours here locally that hooked us up with some really nice road cases, and so we got a lot of stuff in there, and even those got pretty much destroyed. Booth design is something that, you know, we always try to keep a little bit fresh.
It's all about the product at the end of the day. Those drum sets have to look amazing, and they need to be in a great setting.
You know, the two towers were kind of designed out of necessity of needing more meeting space.
Terry's always getting drums up high on the floor. You can always find us because we've got kits up in the rafters.
You know, getting a couple of towers in the booth and then putting the cool bridge across the two really helps Crush stand out at the show, because when you walk into the hall, you can see Crush from the other side of the hall.
Guys like Chad Stewart and Eric E-Dub Holmes. We also had Ryan this year come out and help us with the SGC side of things. Noel Bessesti came out. It's really cool to have guys like that just give of their time to be there, to be a part of it, and to help us do what we do.
What are you doing?
Where'd you go last night?
Please don't film me right now, it's too early.
That's the point of all this. We want people to see not just the glitz and glamour side of NAMM.
I'm too tired though.
That's the part that I want them to see. I want them to see you.
Well, I'm going to put the camera in your face and then they're
Just
gonna see
answer the
something
question.
going on.
Just answer the question and I'll turn the camera off. Where'd you go last
You're a
night?
little too close once you're back up.
I'm not that close.
For that camera ends up in your mouth.
I'm not that close. Just answer the question.
What was the question?
At the NAMM show is definitely us at a point where we're kind of riding the line between business and needing to break out and just have a good time.
There's a lot of childish, foolish, immature, dumb things that we do. I am proud to say that 95% of that is probably from me.
Salt and pepper and some hot sauce?
That's it. What's
Great!
No, listen, if you have a choice, if someone says, do you want that breakfast or Denny's?
Do we have time for Denny's today?
We're not going to Denny's today.
Oh, good.
Join in the conversation a little earlier.
What you eating, Tommy?
Some ham cubes.
Ham cubes? Wow, that is luxury. That's luxury at its finest.
Yeah.
It's cliche, but work hard, play hard is definitely how we get things done at Crush. If you can't share a good laugh while you're busting your tail, it's just not quite as fulfilling.
It's an experience within itself. So you're exhausted, you're tired, you're overworked, but you're actually laughing your butt off like you wouldn't believe. There was some pretty funny. I created some memories this year that I will actually cherish when I'm 80 years old, when I sit back and laugh about them.
Don't hold my hand. I mean, I appreciate you too.
Yeah! Y'all don't even know this man's got a Hemi in it.
So I think anybody hanging out with us at NAMM would quickly realize that, you know, letting the business side be very serious, but then once that's over, the filters come off. I mean, anything can and will be done or said.
Oh, look at this. Wait, what happened?
We got in trouble.
What happened?
We're making too much noise.
Did we get complaints?
Yeah, they complained.
About what?
They just said, please keep it down. You guys are making too much noise.
Chad. The people next door are mad at us because now we're making too much noise.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Okay. I'm sorry. Too long. You should.
The cool thing about our artists is that they want to be there. You know, they want to be a part of it. They want to see the new gear. They're excited about the brand. This year, no exception. We would have our artists show up to the booth, and they just all act like they knew each other, and they would get along and they would hang out and they were exchanging phone numbers and you know, they just, hey, when you're in town, you know, call me up, let's hang out, come to the show.
How good is that? Oh, the eye contact is good.
Bust their balls. That's usually what happens first.
What is he saying to you?
He's telling me I suck and he doesn't want me playing your drums anymore.
Really?
No.
If you don't believe me, ask Brandon. I love him to death. Brandon plays with Impending Doom, and he's been awesome for us. He's a good kid.
Yeah.
Well, this is the Crush booth, the best drums on the planet.
Okay.
I don't know why there's any other drum companies here.
Okay.
This is the best.
Okay.
It's the best.
I believe
Cliche, but it's the best.
you keep yelling at me.
It's because you got the camera 2 inches from my face.
There's so many highlights from the show and the hijinks afterwards. One that sticks out is that we are too stubborn to take cabs and multiple vehicles to NAMM because we wanted to arrive as a team.
It's like I did with Tommy yesterday.
We're trying to fit everyone.
Let me sit back here with my friends.
Minivan.
So if my memory serves me, there are 7 seats in that van. We managed to get 11 weirdo Crush people there at once.
So there was no empty seats, and it probably wasn't safe.
So
You see? You sit there.
I have to sit in the very, very back. So wish me luck.
Here. Come on. No problem. You got it.
It was really tight packed. The weight was a little much for the vehicle. We had to be careful going over bumps.
God, it's all spit all over. No.
My bad. And it was a bonding experience. Everybody was a little bit closer, literally.
I got the great duty of playing DJ. And as we're going through the parking lot, here we've got artists packed in this van. We would make sure all the windows dropped, and then we would just start blaring George Michael. Culture Club. Anything that we could find that would make them feel uncomfortable and embarrassed that people would look at them, we would play it.
Wake me up before the go-go. Let me hang on like a yo-yo. Get that.
And it was really funny.
At Crush, we pretty much will take any inside joke and beat it to death. That is no exception to NAMM. Bang, bang, big, big, bang.
Get a metal piercing, eyebrows enable, nickel magnetic, no need for painful. Certain locations, prices will vary.
We're Dobus PR. We're Dobus PR.
We are Dobus PR. We are Dobus PR.
Yeah.
Your voice is like a mixture of Fergie and Jesus.
Really?
Yeah.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
Why does it gotta rain?
I don't know. Why do I have to not feel good?
Oh, that's a good look.
I think I'll keep this going all day.
Terry's focused, stressed, yet calm.
Stop. Just stop already. I'm already tired of doing this stuff. We haven't even started yet. No, you're gonna have one with us. Or find another job.
It's odd. It's a weird mixture.
Terry is so focused and stays on task to see that things are done not just to completion, but to the absolute best possible way.
The engine in Crush is Terry and what goes on inside his head. And when he's at NAMM. He's very proud of his work.
Cheers.
What is Ricky Hughes like at NAMM?
Ricky Hughes at the NAMM show is he's crazy.
I want to eat you now.
He's kind of the glue that holds everything together.
He's like that family member that keeps the peace. He can take a stressful moment and break it up with a laugh.
He's like, if you think he's on in the office every day, when he goes to NAMM, he goes to 11.
Okay.
Michael Swinson, aside from the actual product, is what Crush looks like. Him and Jordan, who is his assistant, make sure that our company continues to look much, much larger than we are. And he does a fantastic job of that.
What is Michael's role at NAMM?
I mean, since he has an assistant now, I think he just shows up and eats food and sits in the chill room. That's pretty much what he does now. Chris has been such a great asset to our company.
He cultivates just fantastic relationships with these dealers.
Chris Tontini, being a part of what we're doing now, brings an element that we didn't have in the very beginning. I can quite honestly say that without the addition of Chris this year, that we'd be a lot smaller than where we're at.
He's still learning how to roll with the punches with us. We'll keep pressing in there and make sure that pretty soon he just doesn't care and he loses all of his pride.
See how you're sitting? How can I move? You got your big bear paw on me.
You know that felt good, didn't it? It's something to have a man's touch.
Chad is the reason that Crush is what it is. We can have great design and great everything, but if it's not pulled off correctly, then it's a failure.
Oh, he lives it. He lives and breathes Crush. His goal is for us to basically world domination.
Every now and then he'll let himself go, let loose, but we kind of got to force that on him sometimes.
He does provide a little bit of comic relief from times, just because he's a fun guy.
Underneath your...
The Sublime E3 was a big hit. We had the Sublime the first year. We had the Sublime Tour the second year. We took the best parts of both and melded them together into the third evolution of the brand, the Sublime E3.
Getting back to a more vintage style of construction and fine-tuning those bearing edges for each drum on that kit was really important for us this year. The other kit is the limited reserve stuff that we're doing. We brought out Birch and Wingay this year.
When we do these, we're going to do no more than 50. If we sell them in a day, or if we sell them in 3 years, number one, we won't make them again. Number two, the price will never be dropped, so they're actually going to retain value.
The Birch was what the guys were asking for, and the Wingay was something that is unlike anything I've ever heard before. And the great thing is at the NAMM show, when the artists were playing it, that was pretty much the go-to kit. Everybody kept coming back to that kit, and they wanted to play that drum set because it really does sound as great as it looks.
The show was a huge success, and we came back inspired and refreshed and ready to see what 13 holds for Crush. This company started as a small and simple concept, and it's grown into a huge family, and our family just keeps getting bigger.
To hold